Brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Oklahoma State lines up to kick this one off, and we're just about set to get underway. Sends it sailing downfield. He's to the 20. Brought down at the 25. So let's see what the offense can do as they come out onto the field. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. And he's tackled after positive yardage. The quarterback keeps it and gets 5 yards. Second and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 30-yard line. He's tackled in the open field. He really showed some good speed there.
I'll tell you, no question. When you talk about being able to turn on the jets and leave everybody in the dust, you have to mention this young man. He's got skills, but his speed is what the pro scouts are drooling about.
He tackles him for a loss. Loss of 1 there for the halfback. It's second down and 11 to go. Ball on their own 44. Got some open field. He's tackled at the 43-yard line.
You talk about a dual-threat guy. This guy can hurt you in the air or on the ground.
Makes it to the 34. Short yardage situation here. It's second down and 1. Fakes it, and the quarterback scrambles. He's taken down right around the 24-yard line.
The offensive coordinator has to be elated with the way his offense right now is executing. They're not in a hurry, but they're very, very methodical and very consistent with their approach. That's the 3rd first down that they've picked up on this drive.
Quick throw, and he's tackled around the 5-yard line. Here's the 8th play of the series. And he's taken down at the 2. From the 2-yard line, it's second down. Brought down around the 2-yard line. Here's play number 10 on the drive. Little handoff. Touchdown, UCF!
This is what an offensive lineman hopes for. An opportunity to impose his will on the defense.
And he adds the extra point. A 10-play, 75-yard drive. And it's good for 7 points.
And Brad, right now, the offensive line just winning the battle in the trenches, opening up some big running lanes.
Central Florida is ready to kick it away. He really got a hold of that kick. They'll bring him down at the 23. The quarterback brings his troops out onto the field for the first drive of the game. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Gets it out, and he's met immediately. A 4-yard loss.
So that's just a sound play by the defense. They dropped him well short of the line of scrimmage.
So it's 2nd and 14. Ball on the 19-yard line. Short pass, middle of the field. And down he goes at the 22-yard line. Tackled after a decent pickup. An incredible series for the defense, and they get him out after 3 plays.
That offense has to regroup and come up with a plan to move the ball down the field next time.
Richardson is back awaiting the punt. He's tackled at the 34.
Brad, let's see if this offense can maintain the rhythm that they established on that last drive. Not just putting points on the board, but driving the length of the field to be able to eventually put points up. I think that's going to be important for them to try to keep that confidence going here on this drive.
Knocked out of bounds at about the 49. From their own 49-yard line, it's first down. Central Florida is up 7. Broke away from 1. They'll bring him down around the 44-yard line. Scrambling around. And he tackles him hard at the 37.
Quick thinking here by the quarterback to not only avoid the pressure, but also avoid throwing the ball into coverage. To top it off, he reached the marker.
From the 37-yard line, first down. He gets out to about the 35-yard line.
Gain of 2 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Man left, man left. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Handoff, and he's met immediately.
That was just smash-mouth, helmet-to-chin football by the defensive line there. They dominated the point of attack.
Third down, and they need to get it to the 27.
Set. Whiting.
Fires out to his receiver. And they make the stop at the 12-yard line. First and 10. Ball on the 12.
Ready. Line 80.
Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
This is the 8th play of this drive. Central Florida is up a score. Now he tries to buy some time. And he's going to be sacked.
That's a loss of 1 yard on the play. That makes it 7.
This is the 9th play of this drive. Out of bounds at the 8-yard line. This one should be makeable. Central Florida can make this a 2-possession game with this field goal. Kicks up, and they tack on 3 points. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 20. He gets out to about the 22-yard line.
It's not quite a blowout, but unless they do something here, it might turn into one.
Tackle made at the 30-yard line.
On the tackle with the 30-yard line. That makes it
It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks.
The defense was able to get really good penetration and drop him short of the line of scrimmage.
Finds his man, and they take him down immediately. Richardson is back deep to return the punt. And this one is a beauty. And he's tackled at the 25-yard line. The Knights are having their way on offense so far in this football game.
Just a nice rhythm to what they're trying to do. It's a balanced attack, running and throwing, and right now this defense just can't stop them.
Last drive resulted in a field goal, and the offense will come back out looking to do one better. Tackle around the 28-yard line. It's second down, 7 to go. Ball on the 28-yard line. They come out in a 5-wide set.
Ready! Rag! 68!
Gets out to about the 31.
That's good for a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
And they're not going to get it. Great stop.
Gain of 3 yards. That'll bring up 4th and 1.
McCarthy is the punter. And down he goes at the 33-yard line.
The Knights really came prepared to play defense today, and the plan is working.
Well, so far in this game, you've got to tip your cap to the defensive coordinator. He has clearly done a very good job of getting his team ready to play, and they have done a nice job of slowing down this very explosive offense.
The offense will be hoping for a little more success than they had the last time out.
They've been beaten soundly on both sides of the ball, and we haven't even gotten to the second quarter.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 33. He gets sacked on the play.
Boy, this pass rush is sometimes scary. They're really getting after the quarterback now.
He goes out of bounds around the 42-yard line. And that'll put an end to the first quarter of action. 10-0, Knights. Welcome back here. We resume action now here in the second quarter. It looks like they're going to go after this punt. He gets it away, and this is a really nice punt. He takes it at the 12. He's got the corner. He gets out to about the 25-yard line. You think about the challenges these two teams are facing. On one side, you've got to find a way to keep building on your lead, and on the other side, you've got to find a way to get back in it. He's going to try and scramble. He's tackled at the 40.
Well, this is a nice run for the first down by this quarterback.
From their own 40-yard line. First down. And he makes it out to about the 41-yard line.
Let's go.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
Watch 22, watch 22. Check right. Here we go.
Nice run to the outside.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Third down now, and they need to get it out to midfield. Slings it right. Baker was the intended target on the play. That'll make it 4th down, and they're going to have to punt.
On 3rd down, the defense was expecting the pass, and they defended the play very well in the secondary.
McCarthy awaits the snap. He really got a hold of that one. This punt goes over the goal line, and this will be a touchback. It was a pretty one-sided first quarter, but I wouldn't be surprised if things changed in a big way before halftime. He's taken down at the 26-yard line.
Call it a gain of 6 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Zips it to the back. And he's shoved out of bounds around the 37-yard line.
Gain of 11 on the play. First down.
Throws it in a hurry. And he's tackled at the 48.
You obviously have to worry about him as a ball carrier, but he showed here that you have to be concerned about him as a receiver as well. He's got good hands, and you know he's good in the open field.
From the 48-yard line, it's first down. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. He lost the ball. The defense falls on it.
A lot of guys in the defensive backfield are ball hawks, and the safety showed it there by pouncing on the football.
We're about set to start things up again. So a big momentum shift could be in the making here as we take a look at the possible fumble. So the question here is whether or not his knee hit the ground before the ball came out.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Well, after seeing the replay, it was apparent that his knee was down before he lost the ball.
Yep, those guys in the booth aren't perfect, but they got it right this time.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down. Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
Gain of 5 yards. 1st down.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
Gain of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
From the 21-yard line, 2nd down. And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. And that sets them up with a 1st and goal.
That makes it 1st and goal.
1st down, and they've got their eyes on that goal line. Brought down around the 3-yard line.
Gain of 5 on the play. That brings him 2nd and goal.
And the goal line defense digging in here. Touchdown, Cowboys. The halfback just plowed his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but it wasn't all him. The offensive lineman just pancaked the defense on that one.
Trying to get within a field goal. They'll try the point after. And he hits the PAT. Oklahoma State gets set to kick this one away. And he got all of this one. Great kick. He's to the 20. Tackle made at the 27-yard line. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Central Florida holds a field goal lead. Quick strike, and he drops it. It's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line.
Ready, red 68, red 68.
And he's taken down around the 29-yard line. Goes right around the 34.
That brings us 4th and 3.
The punting team's got to give their kickers some time. Oh, excellent punt. Not a bad return. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. And a quick throw. They'll bring him down at the 36. That little play action good for about 4 yards.
2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6. Ball on their own 36. And he hits him hard at the 33. There's a strike complete. Oh, so close to breaking it.
It definitely put them in better field position, and I just have a feeling that they're going to punch it into the end zone on this drive.
So the big gain resulting from the pass play leaves us with a 1st and 10. Looks left, finding his tailback. How about that play?
That's a good pickup there. He just dropped back and delivered a nice throw.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. They'll give it off here. Runs it left for a decent gain.
Call it a gain of 5 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Pitches, and he's got room. He's out of bounds around the 17-yard line. So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the 1st. Receiver screen, and he can't hang on. Here's the 8th play of the series. Fires quickly, and he's got his man. He makes the PAT. Hale has the ball all teed up, and he's ready to kick this one off. Baker from the 2. He's tackled at the 28. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. And they make the stop right around the 30.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
About 2 minutes before halftime.
Let's go! Red 18! Red 18!
He gets to about the 41-yard line.
Here we go! Green 19! Check, check! Hammerhead!
Now he tries to buy some time. Tackle made right around the 50. Good gain there on the quarterback scramble.
You know, I really like the decision to tuck it and run here. He waited and found no one open, so instead of throwing it away, he just took it upfield for himself.
Throws incomplete, intended for his wideouts.
This is a well-prepared defense. They know where to be, and they know what their opponent likes to do. They play tight coverage as well.
It's 3rd down, and this offense is about 3 feet away from that 1st down marker. He did not get to the 1st down marker. The defensive end was the victor on that play as he bolted in to tackle him for a loss.
And he was able to do that because the interior linemen held their ground, leaving the runner with no options.
Booming kick. This one will go into the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20. The offense really came up with a nice drive there last time out, and most of those yards came through the air.
This defense needs to improve from front to back. The line needs to put more pressure on the quarterback, and the defensive backs need to stick it to these receivers with tighter coverage.
Stays in bounds and made a nice catch. A nice-looking play that time.
Well, the defense was blitzing here, and again, great recognition by the quarterback to find the hot receiver.
From their own 40-yard line. First down. Oklahoma State is up by 4. Quick strike to the receiver. At the 30. Brought down with only one man to beat.
First down.
So after the big pass play, we've got a first down. The quarterback in the gun. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Looking right. Intercepted. He tried to force that one in there.
Yep. And the safety made him pay for it. Great job of watching the quarterback's eyes and even a better catch.
From their own 24-yard line. First down. He's on the run. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. There's a fumble. Scoops it up. Tackle at the 38-yard line.
And they're lucky to retain possession of the ball there.
The Knights use their second timeout. Now he's scrambling. Slides down. He's scrambling. And they got him.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
Finds his receiver, and that's a first down. Slings it. He's tackled at the 35-yard line. Looks middle, got his back, and he's hit immediately. So at the end of the half, the Cowboys lead 14-10.
Glad to have you with us in the studio for the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Reese Davis and David Pollack here, completely locked in on that first half. Neither offense ran into anything that suggested any type of trouble for them in the first half, both running up and down the field pretty much at will. Did you get the sense, David, that the defenses were a little tentative, that they were a little shell-shocked by what had happened? And if so, what do they need to do to change that in the second half?
It's hard not to get that sense when the offense just goes shoot, 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 up and down the field, and has success. But, you know, it's interesting. If you're going to continue to give up points and you know your offense is continuing to score, why not get aggressive on defense? I mean, don't sit back. Don't let them dink and dunk. Don't let them run the football. Bring some guys up in the box. Play some man coverage. If you're going to give up points and you know you're scoring at a high clip, go for the gusto, baby. Try to make some big plays.
David and I will stay locked in on everything going on in college football. Going to wrap it up here in the studio. Just about time to get you out to your second half. Brad and Kirk ready with a call.
Great first half and a tight ball game, and we're set to start quarter number 3. He just drills this one. He's to the 20. Brought down at the 29-yard line. The quarterback leads the offense back out onto the field as we get set to resume play. Oklahoma State is up 4. He's taken down at the 41.
Gain of 12 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 41. Quick throw out to the receiver. And he's tackled around the 48-yard line.
Adams makes the tackle at the 48-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
And he almost has the INT. 3rd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the 1st down. Takes the ball inside, and they'll get him in the backfield. Richardson back to return it. Here's the punt. No, they're going to throw it. This one will fall incomplete.
Not sure about that play call as they fail on 4th down. This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. He might not be able to get the pass off. Brought down at the 44.
Gain of 2 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 44-yard line, it's 2nd down. And he tackles him hard at the 46-yard line.
Loss of 2 yards on the play.
He airs it out. And he holds in the deep pass. And he will score. Nicely designed play to the wide receiver, and it got him 6.
You said it, Brad, and a good time to call it. I tip my hat to the offensive coordinator.
So the kicker will line up here and try to give his team a 3-point lead with this extra point. And he converts the extra point. It was a quick 3-play, 45-yard drive, and they come away with 7 points. So our score, 17-14. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Excellent kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Well, this has been a fun game to watch, going back and forth and back and forth. It's almost like watching a tennis match here. Whoever has the ball last, my guess will be the team that wins it.
There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing. And he has it on the corner. Tackle outside after a nice pickup.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. Here they come. Just throws this one away. Five wide. Throws complete, and he's hit right away. He really got a hold of that one. Richardson takes it at the 21. Tackle at the 36-yard line.
The Knights struggled in that first half, but they've come out here in this third quarter on fire.
I would have loved to heard the halftime speech because this head coach is a demanding head coach. Clearly, he was not happy with the first half. Whatever he said has fired his team up, and they look like a different team here in the second half.
Central Florida
Has a 3-point lead.
And he's taken down at the 47-yard line. From their own 47-yard line, it's first down.
Here we go.
Makes it to the 41. And he makes it out to about the 41-yard line.
No gain. That brings up
Second and 9. Ball on the 41.
Set. Green 19. Check. 98 wins.
Throws quick to the receiver, and it falls incomplete. Going deep, lays it out there. Can't connect.
That has to be frustrating for him because as a wideout, you love every chance to go deep and do something big.
McCarthy, he'd like to change field position with his punt. So this one goes into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense.
Hands it to the back. Nice run to the outside.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it second and 4.
So it's second down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. They run it left. And he's shoved out of bounds around the 29-yard line. They go with a run, and he's going to be stopped short. Richardson awaiting the return. He punts it away, and it's a great kick. Richardson fields at the 31. He makes it out to maybe the 39-yard line.
The Cowboys have really surprised everybody in this football game.
They have not been intimidated at all, which is great to see. The attitude and effort of this team's put them in a position where they got a shot to win this game here in the second half.
They're ready to begin another drive.
Central Florida
Is up by 3.
Nothing there on the keeper.
No gain on the play. That makes it second and 10.
It's second and 10. Ball on the 39-yard line.
Set. Red 18.
He's going to try and scramble. He's going to take off. And down he goes around the 49-yard line. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers.
Here we go.
Strike to his receiver, no good. Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 49. He's looking for his man. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
They keep it on the ground, and a great tackle right there.
That's a loss of 2 yards. That makes it 4th and 12.
McCarthy is waiting for the snap. And down he goes at the 22.
There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing.
And they make the stop at the 23-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
Got a man in and out of his hands.
Throws it in a hurry. Good open field tackle. Richardson is back deep to return the punt. Booming kick.
And he just got stood up right there. The offense takes the field again. They were forced to punt their last time out.
Central Florida holds a field goal lead. And they got him for a loss.
Good job by the defense to overpower the offensive line and drop the back for a loss.
Bring up 2nd and 12.
It's 2nd and 12.
Ball on their own 42. Tackle made at the 50-yard line. Halfback's got it on the quick throw. They'll bring him down at the 48.
Gain of 2 yards.
So they're going to go for it here. Quick release. Oh, had it knocked out.
This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense.
Quick pass. They pick up good yardage that time on the pass play.
Here they kind of put pressure on the quarterback and challenged him to find the hole in the defense. And in this case, he did. Nice job.
So it's 2nd down, and they're only about a foot away from picking up the first down. Tackle at the 45. Gets to about the 44-yard line. It's 4th down, and they're going to try to go for it. He gets out to about the 42-yard line. Tosses out to the tailback on the screen. And they get him in the backfield for a loss. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line. Here he goes. He's tackled at the 28.
First down.
End of the 3rd, and we've got a tight one. 17-14, UCF. Back in this very pivotal 4th quarter. Tackled after a decent pickup.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. And they get the sack.
Coaches don't like it when their quarterback gets hit like that. I would be surprised to see the old coach get on his lineman to protect the quarterback a little bit better.
Third down now, and they need to get it to the 18. Pocket holds. Passes to the back, incomplete. There's a flag down, and this most likely is going to be on the defense.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
So the kicker comes out. He'll try to put 3 points on the board. It's up, and he just drilled it from long range. And with that field goal, we are all tied up.
Yeah, well, that was a clutch field goal without a doubt.
Oklahoma State is lining up to kick this one off. He just drills this one. He's to the 20. He's hit and got away. And he's taken down at the 27-yard line. And the defense made a big stop on 4th down the last time this offense was out there.
Let's see if this offense can reestablish some confidence after being stopped on downs the last time they were out on the field.
And he's tackled at about the 29-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd down, 8 to go. Ball on their own 29.
Here we go.
Pressured and brought down.
Man, these guys can be aggressive. When you stand back there and take hits like that, you're definitely going to feel it the next day.
It's now 3rd down and long. 13 yards to go for the 1st down after the sack.
Ready. Green 19.
And he tackles him hard at the 20. After the sack, it's now 4th and long. McCarthy is the punter. And this one is a beauty. And he's tackled at the 42.
You've got to be aware that capitalizing on this drive is crucial. You want to take the pressure off you and put it on your opponent.
Nice run, and he's brought down.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. There's the strike complete. Brought down at the 48-yard line.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Ready. Ready, 5.
He lets it fly. He's had a good game, snaring passes for 100 yards.
Well, this guy is such a big part of this offense. If he doesn't get his numbers, they usually don't have much success moving the football.
It's 1st down and 10 now after picking up some great yardage through the air. They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Here's a run. He's taken down at the 15.
That makes it 2nd and
10. Brought down after a nice run up the middle. So it's 3rd down now, and they're going to need about 4. They come out in a 5 wide set. Oh, and he can't hang on. Huge drop there.
That makes it 4th and 4.
He gets it up, and it splits the uprights. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He really got a hold of that kick. He's to the 20, and he makes it out to about the 21-yard line.
You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way.
Nice run there. And he keeps it on the option play and picks up 6. They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down.
Set. Green 90. Green 90.
Now he tries to buy some time.
He did a good job of recognizing that he was the best option for picking up the first.
Tackled after a decent run up the gut. Harvey gets about 4 yards on the draw play.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. Ball on their own 36.
Let's go. Green 95. Green 95.
And he's taken down around the 34-yard line.
That was a loss of 2 yards. 3rd and 8.
I got you, punk. Mike 4.
Handoff, and he's met immediately.
Calling a loss of 3 yards. 4th down.
McCarthy awaits the snap. They'll bring him down at the 36.
Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game.
Oklahoma State has a 3-point lead. Little handoff. Makes it to the 44.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
They'll wrestle him down in the backfield. Out of bounds at the 44.
That brings us 4th and 3.
And watch out, they're going to bring the heat right here. He gets it away, and this is a really nice punt. This punt goes over the goal line, and this will be a touchback. The Knights have played poorly all day long. That really doesn't matter right now.
Well, they've played sloppy. They're not going to be happy when they go back and look at the film on Monday. But with all that being said, they still have a chance to win this game. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, is trying to get that W.
Just under 2 to go in the game. Flips it middle to the running back. And down he goes at the 38-yard line. He's out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Gets it out quickly. Short yardage situation here. It's 2nd down and 1. He's gobbled up in the backfield. Five wide.
Ready. Wide 80.
Nice run up the middle.
Well, the defense has got to step up and make a play. That's a great first down for this offense, but the defense has the lead. Somebody's got to step up and make a play to preserve a victory.
From the 49-yard line, first down. Scrambling around. He's wrapped up for the sack.
Loss of 6 yards on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 1.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90.
And he's tackled after positive yardage. The Knights taking their first time out of the half. To get back in this game here in the 4th, this 3rd and goal is vital. The a lot of frustration by that offense, but you've got to give the defense credit for coming up with a stop in this quarter in a game this close. We have less than a minute to go. So the big blow comes from the defense. They come up with the stop of the day, and that'll ice this football game. This is where the offense has to come to the forefront. They work all week for situations like this. They've got the lead. They've got a chance to add to it, and that'd mean a victory. If you're an offensive coordinator, you love this play. His quarterback will take a knee. From their own 39-yard line, it's second down. And this should be a kneel down as they just try to kill the clock. He makes it to the 38-yard line. A great game here today in a tight one. 2017, Oklahoma State. That's going to do it for this presentation of NCAA Football 14. For Kirk Herbstreit, this is Brad Nessler saying goodbye.